Hello everyone, and welcome back to Inside Out. My name is Erlangga, and on today's episode, we're going to discuss one of the most important aspects of cosmetic regulation in Indonesia, labeling. Many brand owners only focus on formulation and marketing, but they tend to overlook the label. In reality, the label is the very first thing regulators and consumers look at. Without a compliant label, your product can't even reach the market. That's why cosmetic labeling is not just about design, it is about safety, legality, and consumer trust. So, what does BPOM, Indonesia's Food and Drug Authority, require? According to the latest regulation, there are several mandatory elements that every cosmetic label must include. You need to state the product name, function or benefit, and clear instructions for use, all in Indonesian language. The food ingredients list must appear in descending order, showing every component of your formulation. You also need the country manufacturer, the name and address of the notification holder, usually your local distributor, plus the batch number, net weight or volume, and of course the expiry date or period after opening. One element that is especially important is the BPOM notification number, also known as the NA number. This number is your legal license to distribute cosmetics in Indonesia, and it must be printed on your packaging. In addition, labels may require specific warnings, a two-dimensional barcode for traceability, and if the product is halal certified, the halal logo as well. For refillable cosmetics, there are even extra requirements such as the date and place of refill. Now, let's talk about the common mistakes. Many companies forget to translate their labels into proper Indonesian, or they only add sticker at the last minute that doesn't meet the durability requirements. Others leave out mandatory elements such as batch number, or they make claims that they are not supported by the regulations, or they make claims that are supported by the regulation. Sometimes the font is simply too small, making the information unreadable. Those errors may seem very minor, but they can cause BPOM to reject your product or even remove it from the market. And what about reported cosmetics? The rules are even stricter. Labels should ideally be printed at the country of origin, not added later in Indonesia. If stickers are used, they must be permanent and not easily removed. All information must be still in Indonesian, as the notification holder is legally responsible for compliance. That means foreign brands must work very closely with their Indonesian partners to make sure every detail is correct. So, how do you avoid delays and costly mistakes? The best approach is to prepare early. Create a label checklist based on BPOM regulation number 18 of 2024. Check your translations carefully and test the readability of your packaging before mass production. And of course, work with an experienced regulator partner who understands the details and can review your labels before stop. To sum it up, labeling is not just about aesthetics, it's about compliance, market access, and consumers' confidence. A great product with a non-compliant label simply won't make it to the shelf in Indonesia. Thank you for watching this episode of Inside Off Expert Talk. If you found it useful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with anyone looking to expand their cosmetic brand in Indonesia. And if you have questions about labeling or registrations, drop them in the comments below. My name is Erlangga, and we'll see you again in the next video.